Yep.
To continue on through this fun document via IGN.
Yep.
Then there's the schism with Activision's corporate side, which has left some within Blizzard feeling powerless and out of control of their own destiny. Awesome. In March, Activision Blizzard announced it was hiring Brian Bellato, Bellato, whatever he's called, as the chief administrative officer. In an internal memo sent to employees that was obtained by IGN, Bobby Kotick praised Bellato for his experience in government and his military service, saying he represented Activision Blizzard's commitment to hiring veterans. But conversations on Blizzard's internal Slack and elsewhere reveal his hiring generated considerable controversy as employees questioned the wisdom of hiring a former Trump administration official once described as a bully. Some employees were feeling speechless, wondering how he represented the values of Activision Blizzard. A few suggested saying a "Hey Jay," an internal message system designed to connect employees with
weird.
President J. Allen Brack.
Why am I getting...
Why is it called Hey Jay?
Why am I getting Jim will fix it ideas here?
Oh no! Oh, no. Okay.
It's just the idea.
Just
like,
in terms of naming a brand,
Hey
not
Jay,
anything,
Hey
but
Jay,
obviously, yeah.
Hey Jay.
Hey Jay. That's okay. I actually should say I really support there being systems like
of
that
course.
to improve
Of course.
access to, and it's also going to be very helpful for Jay because it's going to mean that he'll be more connected with the people who are actually doing the lion's share of the work. So that's really important.
Yep.
But yes, a few people suggested basically sending the boss a memo about this to raise their concerns. Activision Blizzard responded to IGN in a statement, like every new leader at Activision Blizzard, Brian is continuing to meet with our employees and engage in listening sessions across the organization. He is looking forward to meeting with more Blizzard employees as invested in them and in all of Activision Blizzard's employees' success.
Yeah.
That is what we call a corporate statement. So pretend it doesn't exist. Basically, right?
Means nothing.
Yeah, they mean nothing. We all know that. Ultimately, the furious internal debacle carried with it the tacit acknowledgement that Blizzard didn't have much say over who the company hired to run corporate social responsibility, which is part of Bladder's before, though. As the company that makes the least amount of money alongside King, or versus King and Activision, more than one employee expressed that Blizzard was basically along for the ride.
Fair.
I mean, it's fair, but compared to the potential of Blizzard, it's so self-defeating.
Yeah.
Realistically, the way big companies work is if you make them the money, you set the culture. Hey, Respawn Entertainment and Electronic Arts.
Yep.
They made the money, now they're setting the culture.
Yep.
So whoever this source is, that's a really good quote.
Yeah.
And Blizzard doesn't make them money. Call of Duty does, and they set the culture. A source within Blizzard says.
Seems like a great culture, by the way, given how that development always seems to go the half tits up at least every other year.
It seems to be a cascading disaster that they barely escape from with a massive financial success every time. It's wild.
Yeah, it's it beggars belief. Like,
so if anything, unless Blizzard actually starts delivering more money, I think it will continue to trend in that direction.
Nice.
Okay, just around the corner. When 2021 began, the mood around Blizzard was lifted somewhat. The end of 2020 had been difficult, with Blizzard forced to shift developers from Overwatch 2 in order to get Shadowlands out the door. Oh! Whoa! Overwatch devs on Warcraft? What?
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. It's like...
That seems inefficient.
Because if you imagine some of those developers... Oh, fuck, sorry. Imagine those developers or some of those that are working on the StarCraft FPS. And you're like, all right... you need to be in the emergency task force to help Overwatch 2. And now that needs an emergency task force to help Shadowlands.
Delay Shadowlands to March 2021.
No. Need that Q1 revenue.
Screw that.
Need that Q1 revenue,
Screw
Q4
that.
revenue.
Delay it. Just
No.
delay it.
No.
You won't need to do the incredibly inefficient thing of shifting around your... Because it's like an Overwatch 2 developer is going to have an adjustment period if they're going to work in the Warcraft team. And seemingly with these compressed timescales here, I mean, bloody hell. It's not going to... I don't know what the internal things are there, but that just seems like, robbing Peter to pay Paul while also kneecapping him. Because of all of the lost time and, task switching, context switching, all of that stuff, employee onboarding.
Yeah.
Even just the administrative thing of getting somebody onto a new team.
Yeah, it's all right. We need you. Here's WoEdit. Go learn it. You're like, I wonder why there's bugs in our game.
Yeah.
Never mind the lack of QA.
Oh dear.
Let's think about that one.
Bad news.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
Employees were hopeful its success would be reflected in Blizzard's profit-sharing program, which was due to pay out in March. When March 5th rolled out, though, Blizzard announced that employees would be receiving about 50% of their expected target, depending on their performance. In an email to employees obtained by IGN, Brack attributed the number to reduce second-half profits for 2020. Brack promised that better times were ahead, pointing to Diablo 4, Overwatch 2, and additional unannounced projects as reasons to be optimistic. If we deliver on our slate of plans, we expect 2021 and 2022 to be great years for Blizzard. Brack wrote a month and a half before Kaplan's departure.
That does read as keep working really, really hard. The payout will be in the future. Keep going, keep going. There's a break over the next hill. Like,
hang on though, Riot are
no.
paying me double buy.
Yeah. It's like,
Bye.
So I work really hard here, unsatisfyingly, on games that I have no idea what I'm doing with, and I'm pulled over to for emergencies. No, no. I wonder why developers are leaving. Fuck.
Wild.
God only knows.
So, time for another corporate line from Activision Blizzard and a statement.
Oh, get your lizard to human translator ready.
We believe in a pay-for-performance philosophy that encourages us to make content that resonates with our players. Like many other compensation programs, Blizzard's profit-sharing program is directly tied to our business performance. Well, yeah, it's profit share. The details have not changed for a number of years. Last year we had successful releases, but also heavily invested in our future. We're looking forward to sharing what we're working on with players and ultimately rewarding our teams for their contributions. I mean, that's really funny. Like, we do a 10% profit share here. Yeah. And there was a bunch of expenses that I incurred that I decided to not include because I thought it would be unfair because it was my discretionary spending and I didn't want that to reduce people's pay packets because I was already aware that we hadn't really had the best Q1 ever and we had been struggling a bit. I didn't want to make it worse. Yeah. You actually, when you're running a company, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can actually just do the right thing by your people.
Or you can, not. Or you can say, sorry, you don't get the profit share until we fucking say you do.
Yeah, I mean, I did also have to write a post by saying, look here, we did invest in a bunch of things. Yeah. We are, we're kicking off these projects. They're not going to pay, they're not going to actually, none of those projects have actually came out yet. Yeah. They will next week.
Yes.
And they'll be rolling out after that. But it's the sort of thing where I did have to explain to people that, this is not as high as I would like it. But at the same time, there was a bunch of expenses and things that I didn't include because it just felt unfair. Even though it was investment in the future technically, but it's just it's
a weird thing where
you've got to be proactive and think about it. It's sure, the rules do say that they get less money, but then think about them as people. Is that the right thing to do? Is that going to make them feel happy, feel bad?
Yeah.
Are they going to feel needlessly punished by your decisions as a leader?
Yeah, and if you think about your developers and their experience, then maybe your developers will have time to think about the players and their experience. And then, whoa, look at that. Look at that. Everything's good again. But I guess it's the short term versus long term.
Yeah. Salaries and bonuses have been a sensitive subject of Blizzard as of late. In December 2018, Blizzard ended its holiday bonus program, integrating the payouts into salaries instead. I don't know what that's like, and I remember there was a part of it was Basecamp's recent controversy, but one of the things they said was they were ending paternalistic benefits. Yes. And there was this time I was thinking about okay, cool. How can I drive our company to the point where we can start offering people private healthcare?
Yeah.
Then I realized, hang on a second. And by the way, in the UK, that's not something you need to do as a business because we have the NHS. Yeah. So just for Americans who may be confused by that, it's different. And then I realized, hang on, that's going to be spent. Well, whenever we get to that stage, why don't I just put that into their pockets and let them do what they want to do with it? Yeah. Why do I get to decide?
Yeah, what are you spending my wages for?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So, no, I'm generally pro those things going. Last August, Bloomberg reported the Blizzard employees had began, this is the one, sharing salary information with many reportedly frustrated by what they perceived to be low pay. One source within Blizzard was sanguine about it, saying there was only so much slack that World of Warcraft and Hearthstone could pick up. Ouch. Others expressed frustration during conversations in Blizzard's internal Slack channel and elsewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, big true. Add in the steady drumbeat of high-level departures, layoffs, the large gap between major and minor releases, and the opportunity to go independent, and it's no wonder that so many long-standing Blizzard employees are starting to think about what's next. After all, 5 years is a long time to be at any company in the modern age, let alone 15 or 20. And outside of the surprise success of WoW Classic, there's been precious little wholeheartedly good news for the company as of late. And even Classic TBC, they managed to fuck up by their community. And that whole thing of Classic being a surprise hit, yeah. Anyone in the community could have told you that Classic would be a big hit. Anyone. I have it on good authority that Blizzard massively lowballed their internal expectations, and that was part of the arithmetic that went into some of those layoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I get that. You can make a forecast that can be wrong, but I'm amazed at how wrong they were, because I thought it was obvious that Classic was going to be humongous.
Absolutely. Look.
And there you go. So continue the quote. It feels like the company is just bleeding and taking punches, and realistically, the only thing that's going to stop that is shipping Diablo 4 or Overwatch 2, says a Blizzard source. Mm-hmm. We talk all the time about, like, we really kind of messed up long-term planning, you know? Our release slates and things like that. Yeah, you did.
You did.
If you can look at how long the games take to make, and Diablo 4 and Overwatch are probably shaping up to ship roughly around the same time or in successive years, it's hard to imagine this not happening again to Blizzard. I guess that's the idea. They get those two big games out, one year, another year. Oh dear, do we have another big slump?
Yeah.
For now, at least, better times may be ahead. Analyst Andrew Urquhart is bullish on Diablo Immortal. I agree with him, actually. And thinks Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 will give Blizzard the success it craves in the next couple of years. I also agree with that. Mm-hmm. He goes as far as to argue that Diablo Immortal has a chance to be bigger than COD Mobile, pointing to its earnings potential in Asia, where, those games go big. Again,
big money.
I agree with him.
Huge money there.
Most of the top titles in that space were natively built in Asia, either by NetEase or Tencent. And none of them have the IP... Cache? Yeah, well, whatever it is, they don't have what Diablo has. Yes. Urquhart says of Blizzard's upcoming free-to-play mobile game, which is still set to go in release in 2021, I think Diablo has been a sneaky success in PC for years in Asia. Definitely. And so I think putting them together with NetEase, with their expertise in this style of game, positions them to be a kind of leader in the space, similar to how PUBG became the leader in the shooter genre for mobile over there. Agree. Yeah. Diablo Immortal, put it this way, Diablo Immortal could lead to the largest Blizzard monthly active users ever.
It almost certainly will, because they're going from 0 to whatever.
Like 27 mil. I mean, Activision, right, the COD side, it was at 30 mil, 35, 40 mil. Now it's at 150 because of Warzone and COD Mobile. Mm-hmm. Bam. Yep. Over the past 5 years, Blizzard has been stuck in a holding pattern as it juggled setbacks, key departures, and internal reorganization. Jeff Kaplan's departure was in some ways the culmination of this grinding transition period. The past 3 years have taken their toll on Blizzard, and it's unclear what long-term effects Activision's reorganization will have on its internal culture, or whether it will be able to avoid another dry period like the one it's currently suffering. In the near term, Blizzard is doubling down on its established characters, hopeful the likes of Thrall, Tracer, and Lilith, but not Kerrigan, sad, will be able to carry it forward. And now it's time for Ian. We're about to turn the corner into a really exciting time, Ian Hazacosta says optimistically. I think Blizzard has long development cycles. The games we make are not games that are produced and turned around quickly in a year or two. People have seen what's in the works with Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 and are incredibly excited about both of those games. Yeah, agree. Mm-hmm. Definitely. We have other projects that are in the works, and I think, folks around the world will be seeing them before too long, what we're up to, and I can't wait to share that with them. Yeah, I mean, I do hear Blizzard's there's big stuff, I think, that we don't know about. And then there you go. It ends with, for Blizzard, better times are perpetually just around the corner. It's a question of how many existing staff will wait for them. Yeah.
I can't imagine very many.
So I'll say this, not much juicy here, but I think that is a very good overall encapsulation of the Blizzard situation. There are certainly some newsworthy things that I hope get leaked to the appropriate press.
Definitely.